online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You know, it really means the world to us when you reach out to the hotline and you give us a call, 727-263-3707. Call us on the hotline. I love to connect with you with all of our expert contributors. These are great CPAs, financial advisors, all types of different attorneys. If you have any legal issues happening, we love to connect you with all of our expert contributors, ways that we can help you, save time and money when it comes to buying decisions, put you in touch with our home inspectors, Thomas King Florida Firearms Academy, concealed carry, all types of different great experts on the show. ConsumerQB.com, ConsumerQB.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors, links to previous shows as well. Quick shout out to our friends at Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the program, Stephen and Lisa Gunnan. Replenish IV Solutions. I love going down there. They've got a Gandy location, multiple Bay Area locations, and get that vitamin infusion drip into your body, boost your hormones, and boost your vitamin levels, that is, not hormones. ReplenishIVSolutions.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, we always like to feature our listings prior to getting them on MLS, and some of these are on MLS as well. 6023 Beverly Drive, Hudson, Florida. This one is a waterfront beauty right here in Pasco County. Beverly Drive is Pasco County, 1856 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. You got an updated kitchen. You've got waterfront with a boat dock. Beautiful property. You got a swim spa outside, oversized boat lift. 6023 Beverly Drive, Hudson, Florida, Pasco County. All right, we got a commercial property at 4404 Orient Road. 4404 Orient Road. We did a major price reduction on this property as well. And this one is a gorgeous property on Orient Road, just down the road from the casino. And it's 6,020 square feet, well-built office building, currently all leased out. Great opportunity for a buyer investor here at $1.3 million is the asking price. 4404 Orient Road. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Andrew QB in the house. Welcome in, sir.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. And this is a lot of fun because we have residential lenders on the radio program, the radio TV show. But we're talking with you about these different types of loans, and these are the kind of that niche of lending that supports real estate flippers or commercial type loans, business financing, multifamily. There's a lot of ways that you can help our listeners out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So give us a little overview. So you have, so let's start with the business financing. If I'm a small business owner and maybe I'm looking for business capital, I'm looking for, this extra liquidity in my business. Is that something you would have different programs for?
Absolutely, Brandon. There's probably a handful of great business financing programs for businesses that might need working capital or money for equipment, or money just to help their business grow. So there's a handful out there that I refer to my clients. The first one is it enables business owners to get some unsecured lines of credit. So it's not attached to any property. What we do is we look at the client's credit scores. They have to have over a 700 credit score to be able to qualify, and they can get anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 of unsecured business credit cards is what they are.
Wow.
And there's no interest on the credit cards for 12 to 18 months.
Wow.
And it's great for flippers, people that need money to put back into their homes that they're buying, as well as business owners that need working capital for their business. So that would be the first program that we have. We have another program. It's actually 2 programs through the SBA. One program looks at the business owner's gross income. So as a reminder, gross income is money before tax. You pay your expenses. It's your gross income. It doesn't look at net income. So if you're a business owner and you're showing a loss, but you have, your revenue is good.
Got cash flow. You got good money coming in.
Absolutely. I have a program that can get you the money in about 10 days, and it's up to $150,000 based off of your gross income.
Wow.
That same lender has a program that actually absolutely looks at both gross and net.
Okay.
And They have a loan program for working capital up to $350,000. It's an SBA loan. Closes in about 30 days.
Wow.
So we have those two options on the SBA side. I actually have another lender that will do up to $1 million line of credit. And what we do, we don't look at tax returns to qualify. What we're looking at is your last 3-month bank statements.
Wow.
And based off how much money you have coming through your bank statement, that's how much money that the lender will lend, up to $1 million.
Wow, that's super, man.
And you're not until you actually spend the money, you're not paying on it.
Right.
So it just sits there for a rainy day.
That's right. I like that.
So there's a really good a few programs that I have for business owners looking to get cash, or investors looking to get cash to complete a project or help grow their business.
Andrew Kube here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Andrew, USCBcapital.com, USCBcapital.com. And Andrew, are there any particular niches that you find that you have an appetite for, or your investors do, particular industries or sectors that maybe there's a strong niche there?
I wouldn't say, as far as what, the business capital?
Yeah, these different loans that you just described. Sometimes, in the past I've heard certain lenders say, oh yeah, we have a certain appetite for these types of businesses, but we won't look at tech companies because they're too risky, or things like that.
Yeah, that's the advantage of using me. You go into your local bank, they have a box of if it doesn't fit in the box, they can't approve you.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you can't be approved.
Right.
What my business, and I've been able to do over several years, is establish relationships with different lenders across the country.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's taken me to talk to 30 lenders just to get an approval for the client.
Yeah. Wow.
So we did during COVID, we financed a daycare, which was, 30 lenders said, no, we don't want to mess with the daycare during COVID and everything going on, but
right.
I found someone that was able to do it. So I really prided myself in really reaching out to all my resources to be able to help a client out.
Yeah, that's one of the keys in business, right? It's not, a lot of times people talk about lack of resourcefulness, right? And that the resources, no, it's like you can be resourceful, right?
Absolutely.
So by doing that, you've had that tenacity to call multiple lenders, keep digging until you find the one that says yes.
And I would say I probably right now average somewhere around 50 to 60 referrals a month from all over the country, from commercial realtors, business owners, bankers. They send me some of their turndowns. And so every single month I'm having to find different situations for different clients. So
different niches.
If you're out there right now and you've been to your local bank and you can't find financing, or you're not getting a roadmap to get financing, I mean, the worst that's going to come out of this when you speak to me is you're going to have a plan.
Right.
You can't get financing now. I'm going to get you from point A to point B the quickest.
Yeah, I like that. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Andrew Kube here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, USCBcapital.com. And this is a much needed niche. I think, when you look at the overall banking industry right now, especially with SV Bank and some of these other banks having issues. Earlier in the show, we talked about Chase helping to bail out First Republic Bank. So there's a lot of this uncertainty in the marketplace. So I think this is really a key, and especially what I like about it is that you're supporting, small to mid-sized businesses. To me, that's the heartbeat of America. That's what big government doesn't like, and they try to go after in all these different roundabout ways, whether it's the IRS or if it's regulation that we find. But I love this. I love this idea. Now, we've also got a lot of real estate investors, buyers that like to, dabble in real estate, flip some real estate, and there's two main structures there: renovate and rent, or flip and fix and flip, right? So you got two different structures there. Talk to me a little bit about some of your investor fix and flip type opportunities.
Okay. So if you're an experienced investor with maybe 5 projects over the last 36 months, and let's say you buy residential property and you like to fix it up and rent it out, or fix it up to turn around and sell. Whatever, every property is different, so you probably have a combination of both. But there's programs out there where you can put 10% down on the purchase price of the property and get 100% of the rehab money to do the rehab. There's people out. Yeah,
that's strong.
If you're a really experienced investor and you're doing, one every other month, then there's some programs out there where you might not have to put any money
Wow.
and get 100% of the rehab. Typically, if you're a first-time investor, 15% down and 100% of the rehab is probably where you would end up.
Yeah.
And that's for what they call bridge financing.
Bridge financing.
Yep.
Yeah, and those are awesome opportunities. I mean, if people out there, want to get into that, we've got, one of our expert contributors is Anil Balkinsoon. He's got this real estate college where he's, helping people. But I love that idea, Andrew, because when you look at, this whole industry, and people love real estate because, it creates a lot of millionaires. It's when you buy a property, it's an insurable asset, so worst case scenario, issues happen, you got an insurance on it, insurance policies. And, let's face it, more millionaires are made through the real estate business than any other real estate or any other industry that is in the country. So you're saying you've got some pretty cool programs, 10% down, and you got up to 100% on the rehab. Wow, that's strong.
And usually the credit scores, they want you to be somewhere in the mid-sixes. If your credit score is lower than that, there's still some options for you. You just might have to come with a little bit.
Okay.
And then on the multifamily side, multifamily is considered 5 units on up. I have some great programs for what I call turnkey ready. What that means is, let's say you're buying a property that's got 10 units. Turnkey ready is having 9 of those units rented out. 90% is the magic number to be able to get the best terms.
Yeah.
And if you're buying a multifamily property right now and it's turnkey ready, you're looking at having to put 20% down on that. And the rates right now for anything, for your loan amount over $1 million is really where you want to play, because the rates are under 6% right now. I priced out 2 last week in the low 5s and the high 5s. The higher the loan amount, the lower the rate. Is the way it works on the multifamily side. And then on the multifamily rehab, let's say you're looking to buy a multifamily property. Let's say it's 20 units and 15 of them are being rented out, and the property needs renovation. In that situation, I have one lender that will allow you to do this for 10% down and get 100% of the rehab. Now, the catch there, usually on commercial property, they want you to put 20% down. But I have one lender that will let you do it at 10% down if the seller's willing to hold a 20% second. And if the seller has had the property on the market, or if they're savvy with money, they can see that could be a huge advantage for them to hold a little paper.
Yeah.
To be able to help finance the project.
Yeah, tax advantages. Instead of taking all that liquidity at once, all that money coming into your bank account, Uncle Sam's going to see that, and they're going to tax that. You're going to get taxed at a higher rate. So if you get, the more that they can stagger those payments over a couple of years, 2 or 3 year balloon, 5-year balloon maybe, that's going to stagger those payments into their bank account. It's going to lower their tax bracket, effectively reducing the amount of money they're going to owe on taxes. So there's a lot of advantages to that. I love this idea of multifamily. I mean, because you have the long run setup. Think if you buy a unit that has 12 units or 24 units, something like that. You've got the long run setup there. Now I think most property managers don't want to be at like 50 plus units or 70 units to have a property manager on site. So then you get into like a real long run setup there in that case. But let's take a quick break. I'm going to come back more with Andrew Kube here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. So if you want to find out more about that, USCBcapital.com. ConsumerQB.com as well. Coming up is our feel-good story of the day. I love this feel-good story today. An entrepreneur with autism is inspiring others with his pretzel business. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
I want to give a special thanks to Satellite Phone Store. They just hooked me up with this beautiful satellite phone, and it's a gorgeous phone. It's a great device. It's a safety device as well. Think about it. If you're out on the boat 40, 50 miles out, maybe you're going hunting or you're going hiking in the woods somewhere, you run out of cell phone service. Or who knows, maybe a possible terrorist attack. It's not like our politicians aren't entrenched in all this stuff going on overseas, all over the place, all over the world. Could be a terrorist attack. They could attack the power grid. They could attack the cell phones. Who knows what they're going to attack next. Sat123.com/REQB. Sat for satellite. Sat123.com/REQB, like real estate quarterback. So please support this wonderful sponsor for the show. And this is something you want to think about. If you haven't done that before, this is almost as important as having your AR-15s, your handguns, your concealed permit carry, and all of the ammo that you can buy. These are pretty important. Anywhere out in the world, if I'm on a boat, if I'm out in the woods, wherever I'm at, as long as I'm outside and I point this satellite phone towards the equator, I've got service. I've got geolocation. I can let people know where I'm at. I can send text messages, and I could drop a pre-described message to any of my friends in my contact log, and then, hey, help will be on the way. Sat123.com/REQB.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, in studio here with Andrew Kube, USCBcapital.com. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. We always feature our listings live on air, and it's part of our process where we help our sellers maximize the exposure and the profit on the sale of their real estate. Keller Williams Realty, top 100 ranked real estate team. We're part of the Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment Division, Luxury Division, and the Commercial Division. So we can help you buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. Give us a call on the hotline, 727-263-3707. That's a 727 number, 263-3707. We got a hot listing here at 907 Crenshaw Lake. This is a great opportunity, a beautiful property, over 3 acres of land right here in beautiful Hillsborough County, Lutz, Florida, 25 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath on beautiful 3.16 acres of Tampa Bay real estate right here in Tampa Bay. Stainless steel appliances, updated kitchen, huge backyard, 907 Crenshaw Lake Road, Lutz, Florida. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we always tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day, and today's a good one. We got a business owner in Annapolis is inspiring people with autism and other disabilities. Marcus Moore started his business, More Crunch, last October for 2 simple reasons. He likes snacking, and he likes pretzels. Moore is 29 years old and has autism. Although he's worked at local grocery stores over the years, he's always wanted to grow and be self-sufficient. I have autism. His quote, I have autism. I didn't like that I couldn't take care of myself without the help of my parents. They love me and I love them, but I'm also trying to live on my own and fit in where I can. I also love pretzels, so I thought I would see if people would love pretzels as much as I do, so I started More Crunch. Since the start of More Crunch in 2022, More has sold over 600 bags of various pretzel flavors, and with several stores carrying his products, business is booming. His newfound success, Moore is thinking about next steps like finding a commercial kitchen and hiring other people with autism or disabilities to help him. And there you have it, our feel-good story of the day. Love those feel-good stories. There's entrepreneurship right there, Andrew.
Absolutely.
I love that, man.
And that's what I work with a lot of startup businesses as well. And I have a great program. I shared with it the last time on the show, but it's for business owners that are looking to purchase a property for their business.
Yep.
I have some great programs for that, and it's especially good for those looking to start businesses up. They might think that, hey, it might make more sense to rent properties since I'm a new business, but if you have a great business idea and you have experience in the business that you're looking to start, once you look at what rent's going to be, once you look at how much your loan's going to be for startup costs, what you'll find is it's cheaper on a monthly basis to actually own the property, and to get the money that you might need to start your business.
Absolutely.
And the main difference is not only because because rent prices, but also because when the lenders let you borrow, let's say you have a business you're looking to start and you need $300,000. That's based on a 10-year amortization. But when you're buying the real estate and getting that $300,000, that's based off a 25-year amortization. So when you put the rent payment, your loan payment versus what your new mortgage payment is going to be, that's included in with the loan.
Right.
It makes more sense
Your
to own
cash
that
flow.
property.
Yeah, you're going to have better cash flow in your business too,
Right.
which we all know is a key for businesses too, to have that cash flow just in case there's a slow month, or you have these these cycles in business. Summer months might be slower than the fall, so that's a good idea. Now, when you say property, you talk about something that's already a structure existing, something where you can move in and start selling widgets or whatnot.
So it's really for most any business out there.
Okay.
It can be ground up construction as well. You don't have to find a physical location to put your business in.
Okay.
But what I always try to explain to business owners, I had a client last week that I spoke to that was paying $10,000 a month, and he'd been there for 10 years.
Wow.
He paid well over $1 million to his landlord's mortgage instead of his own mortgage.
Yeah.
Leaving a legacy for his landlord's family instead of his own.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what are you going to do in 10 years? You're 55 years old. By the time you reach 65, you said you plan on retiring. Are you going to shut your business down in 10 years?
Yeah.
Because if you don't own that real estate, it's going to be hard for you to sell a business. But if you own the real estate,
Bingo.
you've established, you've grown a successful business. I mean, as small business owners, we put our blood, sweat, and tears into our business.
Right.
And then what's the end game?
Exactly.
If you own the real estate, there is an end game.
Yeah, that's right. I've been wanting to get a business broker on the show. You reminded me of that with that conversation, because if you talk to business brokers, they say, look, it's a function of your cash flow, it's a function of your assets and your balance sheets and your liabilities versus assets. And when you look at that, it's true what you say. We work hard as small business owners. Sometimes we plan to put ourselves in a position, but we lack that overall plan. So if you're renting, that's a great number to throw out. I mean, you think about $10,000 a month over 10 years. That's a lot of money. You said close to over $1 million that he's invested in his landlord's real estate. Think about if he would have had that purchase back then. I bet he's probably really considering that now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, if I'm paying my landlord $1 million and I put it back in my pocket, that's a $2 million swing, right?
Yeah. You're missing the appreciation. You're missing the tax write-offs. You're missing, just that knowing, that peace of mind, especially, that you have these. You're investing every month in yourself, your business, and your future, and your retirement plan. I mean, I love that idea. We got about a minute left. I'm going to kick it back to you, Andrew Kube, USCBcapital.com.
Well, first off, I wanted to let everyone know that I'm available at 727-296-8650. Do not work banker's hours, so if it's better to call me on a Saturday, feel free to. I'm available all week to answer any questions, and that's what I have the passion for. It's to help investors, to help business owners, help grow their portfolio or grow their businesses. And I have the resources and the experience. I've been into business now since 1996, so I've been doing this over 25 years.
Yeah.
So I'm a wealth of knowledge. Please give me a call and let me know what I can do to help.
Yeah, absolutely. That number again, 727-296-8650. 8650, and then USCBcapital.com. Andrew QB on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Yeah, a lot of great knowledge there. We talked about business financing, unsecured financing. That's really cool. I mean, it's not tied to an asset. Investor fix and flips. We talked about multifamily as well, SBA loans. So Andrew has a wealth of knowledge, and I would think of him also as almost like a consultant. I mean, like you said, you've been doing it so long. You've got ideas. Bounce them off of Andrew and see if he's probably had someone in the past that he's already kind of seen in that same situation. So thanks for coming in, Andrew. Appreciate
Thank you
that.
for having me.
All right. Hey, another great show. I want to thank our team behind the scenes, Alex, Nicole, Jose, Mark Hay as well, Andrew QB on the show today. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play.